Testing, is this thing on? A few words, man. What's happening, guys? Jack here. Welcome to the video. This is my first video in a while, guys. You may be thinking 720p. What is this, amateur hour? And yes, it is, because I am using my phone as a webcam. Today I'm going to be redrawing this artwork that I did 2 years ago. It's a portrait of SZA. I'll put it up on the screen here as well. I was quite happy with it at the start when I did it, but looking back on it, it's kind of trash, so I'm going to try and fix it today, or just redraw it and see how I do. So yeah, let's get into this video, guys, and yeah, hope you enjoy it. So I think first of all, before you go in and do anything on the actual canvas, it's important to have a plan with steps on how you're going to approach an illustration. I didn't really have any set plan originally, like I kind of just winged it, so as a result it lacks clarity and looks a bit kind of shitty overall. So step one will be line art. So I'm roughly mapping out the proportions, and once I'm fairly confident of the features in place, I start to refine it. So I'm doing about 2 passes of line art, and then each time I'm getting slightly more detailed until I have a finished layer of clean line art. In the first piece I kind of only did the first step, like just a rough sketch, so that led to me not really knowing where to paint what, and then I was lacking confidence, and it just shows in the piece. So I'm moving on to shading and colouring now. So I'm still by no means an expert on colour at all, but I've at least a step-by-step approach to this that I've kind of learned as I've went along myself and researched how to properly paint digitally. So I start with blocking out a silhouette of the whole piece with like a dark mid-tone, just a bit darker than what the skin would be, and then I add a new layer over the line art with a clipping mask. So I'm colouring over the warmest areas of the line art where the skin will be with a nice red tone. I'm then going in with a layer underneath this, and I'm airbrushing the same areas lightly with the same red I used for the last one. So now I'm starting to move into shadows. So I do another layer of this, then I start highlights. When I paint, generally I'll paint my highlights the opposite of my shadows. So the shadows in this piece are cooler, so then my highlights are going to be bright and warmer. So at this stage in the piece, I start to get a bit looser with my approach to it, because I already have a base of shadow and highlights in place, and it's starting to look kind of decent. So I'm playing around a bit with this color dodge layer here, but I end up changing it later anyway. This stage tends to be a bit trial and error with me. It's kind of playing around with stuff. Okay, so something weird happens here, and I'm not sure if I accidentally transformed or adjusted the canvas, but it looks kind of squashed down and wider, or the proportions just look kind of messed up. So this will look a bit weird until I realise, because I only realised after I actually finished the piece, but at the end it'll be fixed. So finally I import the whole file from Photoshop into Procreate. I did the first piece fully in Photoshop, but now I mainly use it for like finishing up a piece and touching it up kinda. So I play around with a few gradients here and different tints and blend modes, but I'm kind of finishing up and deciding on what I want the finished piece to be. So I'm going to show the finished piece in 3, 2, and... And there we have it. So this is the finished piece. I'm pretty happy with the results. There's quite the difference here. I'm going to put the before and after up beside it as well. It's no raw straws or anything, but like there's definitely some improvements. Make sure to like and subscribe, guys. I'm going to be drawing this portrait of SZA every day for the next 6 years. So yeah, stick around. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time, guys.